Ophiuchus. Welcome, Ophiuchus, to your September October reading. That looks so weird right there. It's all good. So let's see what is coming for you October. It's October 1st today. I know I called this the September October reading because it's possible that some of this, maybe the beginning of this story that we're going to weave, you have been in already. Okay, so and, as I mentioned in my last set of readings that took us well into September to begin with, the energies don't really adhere to the Gregorian calendar, the sons of bitches. So, so I just try to go with the flow. So, but this reading will take you through October into the 1st of November. And let's see, Ophiuchus. So if you resonate with this sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, if you're not sure, there is a link below, a website where you can go, you input your name, you input your place of birth and day and time. It is kind of important that you know the time, but not vital. You can still get a chart. It's just not as detailed, but it'll tell you what your chart is, what your chart looks like with Ophiuchus as part of the system. So 13 zodiac signs versus the 12 right now. Your entire chart is going to change. And it's interesting because I know people who are like, no, I really resonate with what I am right now in the 12, and that's great. I did too for a long time, and then all of a sudden I didn't. I just didn't. And I realized when I was reading, I would be Sagittarius in the 13, and I looked up Sagittarius. I'm like, that's me. Like, that's who I am. So I have, I still kind of go a little bit back and forth, but I have, for the most part, transitioned into the 13 for myself. But a lot of people are going to resonate with the 12 for a lot longer. And you know what? It may come to the 12 is what we're supposed to be in, and I'll go back to the 12. But right now, okay, we have to be willing to go with the flow, right? Or whatever's happening. We're in a huge transition purgatory right now. Like we cannot predict what's coming next. I don't know if you've noticed, but yeah. And it's just crazy town. It is just one big shitstorm right now. So I'm just going with the flow and what pulls me in the moment. So Ophiuchus, let's do this. So watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you're watching this reading, then I assume that you are either just intrigued by it or that you resonate with this sign. So it doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't even have to be part of your chart. So if you don't want to know, then don't do it. Don't generate your chart and just believe that you're resonating with this sign for a reason. Okay. So we're going to do the 9 card grid, but what I'm going to do is on the left side, we're going to do this Divine Feminine deck. On the right side, we're going to do a Divine Masculine deck, this beautiful Viking Oracle that I found recently that I am in love with. And then up the middle, we'll do Sacred Traveler to balance the two, but to bridge the two, okay, and to get the story to tell itself. So let's go, Ophiuchus. Let's do this. Let's get this. Let's call on the highest vibration of the cosmos to allow me to channel, to be an open channel, a clear conduit for guidance and messages, and in Ophiuchus' highest good always. Anyone who resonates with this sign for any reason, just tell me what they need to know, please. Spirit, cosmos, universe, creator, God. All right, let's get this left side going. Okay, 2 more times. Cool. Here you go. Ooh, we got one that I haven't seen in a while. Okay. So I'll show them to you, but then I'll go ahead and get the rest of the grid. Your first card, Ophiuchus, is Ariadne, Mistress of the Labyrinth. If you don't know the story, I vaguely remember it's the Minotaur story. Her father has imprisoned her in the center of this labyrinth with the Minotaur, who happens to be her half-brother, apparently. And her boyfriend, her man, I want to say it's Theseus, but I don't remember for sure. Her man is sent in to rescue her. She has taken, they have her with a ball of yarn, but it's actually her hair. And I think she's supposed to be a redhead, but I don't remember. But she has taken her hair and left it as a trail for him to follow. And so that's what's coming through. And notice her aura is a labyrinth. Okay. Very divine feminine energy. And I'll tell you why. The labyrinth was created to commune with Mary Magdalene. Believe it or not, I don't really care. What I have learned on my journey, one of my main gateways into this world, into this awakening, was the Yeshua and Mary Magdalene world. Beautiful, beautiful story. I have been to the south of France and walked on the same dirt that they walked on, or that she walked on, Mary Magdalene. And it's like you have to do it to really know what that feels like. Okay. But we walked several labyrinths. There is one in Chartres, the cathedral at Chartres. That was not part of our tour, unfortunately, but we did have several labyrinths that we walked, and all of them are meant to connect you to, and actually connect you to God in the center. Okay. But they were created as a divine feminine tool. It was this whole thing. Anyway, what's coming through is just very divine feminine energy. Okay. And the fact that, okay, look at it this way. She was in the center, a helpless victim. This monster was holding her prisoner, and she was supposed to sit in there and wait for the man to save her. It is the typical Disney bullshit. Okay. And so what I'm seeing is you becoming more aware of this, and whatever side of this you may see yourself on, whether you're on the feminine or the masculine side of this, you're becoming more aware of this crap that has perpetuated itself for so long. And you are putting an end to it in your own life. Okay. Whatever that might look like for you, Ophiuchus, it is this protector, this guardian, this savior and victim. Okay. Paradigm between men and women has got to end. Okay. One thing I do want to say is, when we go to the divine feminine, divine masculine, which is genderless, right? Because we have both of those within every single one of us. But when we look at that, when we zoom out and look at the divine feminine, the divine masculine energies, the divine masculine energy as a collective, its job is to protect the divine feminine. That is absolutely its job. I don't care if you believe it or not. That is its job. Because the divine feminine has a very beautiful and important task to complete. And the divine feminine cannot, I try not to say he and she because it is genderless. The divine feminine energy is bringing a heart-centered reality back to humanity. And that energy cannot be bothered with what's attacking it at any given moment. And so the masculine is the protector, the feminine is the unconditional love that's coming back into the world. Okay. So however this relates to you, I will tell you the rest of the words are: my soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. Okay. The only way out is through. There's no bypassing. There is no going around or above or under or teleporting from one end to the other. Okay. I do feel like for a lot of you, Ophiuchus, that you are embarking on a deeper healing journey, and it might be a little scary. Okay. What I will tell you is you are supported. You are fully supported. All you have to do is ask, and you will have everything you need to get through this process. The thing is we always think we need things that we don't need. Okay. And we think that things should take a certain amount of time when it's divine timing. We don't know what that is. Only our soul knows. Okay. So you are about to embark on this deeper healing journey that you're starting to feel a little uneasy. You're starting to feel big change coming. And you are going into the victim mode. That's what I'm feeling here. Does that feel right? Yes. And so you're going into the victim mode, and that is clouding your vision, your inner vision. And so my soul knows the way. Okay. The universe has left a trail of its hair. It's kind of weird, right? Like, how long was her hair? But the universe has left, she didn't have anything else. Like, that was my understanding of the story, right? Is that she just kept tying strands of her hair together, and then she tied one at the beginning and And it went all the way to the center, and he followed it all the way to the center, and he was supposed to defeat the Minotaur and save her. And from what I understand in the real story, he fails miserably. He gets killed. I don't know. Anyway, we're not going to worry about that because the victim, it doesn't work. It doesn't work anymore. Sorry, I'm shaking the table because my elbows are on it. But again, I love how they've got her on. She looks like she's wearing a sun hat, like she's out at the races, and she's got a ball of yarn. And so here's the thing, Ophiuchus, is you don't need anybody to rescue you. You've got this light behind you. You have the wisdom of the labyrinth within you. It is part of the information that is embedded into your energy, okay? You do not need someone else to come and save you. Embarking on this deeper healing journey is you taking responsibility for your own journey and you you not needing someone else to pull you through anymore. Okay. I feel like some of you, we've all done that. We've all done that where we're just so, we don't know what's going on. We feel really lost and we just want somebody to like push us like in a baby stroller through this process. I get it. I've been there. Okay. But it is, that time has come to an end. It is time for you to put your big girl, big boy panties on, big boy undies on, and own your journey. Okay. Own it. You've got this. You are so, I say fully supported. Fully doesn't even cover how supported. They are not going to let the universe, the collective the benevolent the universe, the guides that have come in the physical and in the non-physical. We have teams. We have hundreds, sometimes thousands of guides helping us at any given moment to get us through this to the other side. You are so incredibly supported through this, you cannot even fathom. All you have to do is surrender to it, okay? I'm going to keep going because I know I haven't gotten the whole grid down yet. So you got Khadijah, which I know I'm butchering that. I hope not. The mother of believers. Look how beautiful she is. Beautiful, beautiful, and just maternal energy. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. That is the most fucking sovereign message you could get. Okay? You are stepping into your sovereignty, Ophiuchus. You are owning your own journey. You're doing it. Okay? You're kicking everything out of your energy that does not belong because you are starting to realize that anything that comes into your energy is now your bitch. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you are the boss. You are the king/queen or a mixture of both, whatever floats your boat. You are the, not monarch, I don't like that word. You are the boss of your energy, okay? You're in charge. And then this top left corner, Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth. Look at that. She's an angel. She's an angelic queen. She also has that beautiful star image behind her, not just a glowing ball. Like you've got this, I love the images here. You've got the labyrinth behind her head showing your wisdom, right? You've got all the wisdom you need. You've got this maternal energy coming through that. She looks like she's wearing just a golden, that is pure source energy, that golden halo she has, okay? This is the same halo they always depict Yeshua, Mother Mary having, all right? This is divinity. This is, you are divine. You are source. Okay. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are not just a child of God. You are God. And that's your divinity coming through. And then you've got this angelic, like this is power. This is clarity. This is forward movement. This is so much confidence. Okay. This is, even though this is coming through she's the queen of heaven, she's a very badass energy, right? It's almost very Xena warrior princess like, except you don't need to be a warrior anymore in the sense that we're fighting a war against something. You are a warrior of love. Okay. I have nothing to hide. And see how she's just in the buff, in all her glory with her wings. She's gorgeous. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Ooh, okay. So that's good. You've got some shadows coming up on this deep healing journey, but we're going to get down to that. Okay, Ophiuchus, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm here. I'm here with you. Okay. So let's get the masculine Roa down the right side. Really? Yeah, you want to come up. You wanted to come out. I'm putting that up there. That wanted to come out for shizzle. Okay. Well, we're getting jumpers today. Why not? I'll take them. Oh my God. So far, the numbers are incredible. I'm going to see if another one wants to jump. I don't normally take jumpers. Okay. If one more wants to flip, I'm going to shuffle 3 more times. And then we'll just cut it and see. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Frick, yeah. Frick, yeah. Ophiuchus. You got Thor. I mean, come on. 41 breaks down to 5. Big change. You are feeling this coming. But what you're feeling is your own power and your own ability to move you through it without struggle or suffering. Okay. We have been through so much as individuals, as a humanity. We have been through a crap ton. Okay. What the energies are saying now is we are setting ourselves on fire, allowing the old to burn away. We are emerging as the phoenix anew. Rebirth, brand new. Okay. Thor is like that little peak of thigh you get there at the bottom, right by the hammer. Thor, but notice how Thor, again, with this whole warrior stuff, I want to point this out. He's not holding his weapons up at all. They're hanging down. He's like holding his shield down. He's just kind of holding on to them. He's not in battle. Okay. Because the battle's over. There's no battle of dark versus light. All the dark wants to do is return to the light. And that's what we're doing. That's what this journey is about. So we'll get more on him. He's going to have more messages. I know he will when we go through the whole story. You got number 11, master number, angelic number coming through. I mean, just beautiful. Isa. What is interesting here and what I need to share with you, since I've already brought up Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, is the research that I have done, the books that I have read, the places that I have actually physically been myself and talked to people. Isa, even though it's, it doesn't matter how it's spelled, but Isa, and I may be mispronouncing that in the Norse way, but looks like Isa to me, right? Isa was the childhood nickname of Yeshua, and it is what Mary Magdalene called him. And only she was allowed to continue to call him that throughout their time together, which, as we know, was cut short. But so that's interesting that is coming through because, she's bringing the Mary Magdalene, the damsel in distress, which has got to burn away. Okay, can we please burn that away? And notice how the labyrinth is lit up like it is on fire. We are burning away the parts of this journey that we no longer need. And that victimhood, that damsel in distress, we need to be done with it. And so then you've got Isa coming through, Yeshua coming through with that angelic master number, that ascended master number. Okay, it is angelic, but we can look at it as ascended master. And there's a vulture in this card. There's a giant stone with a grate. And there is at the top of a mountain, and there is a vulture. So, that I like that because scavengers, right? The scavengers. So we're burning stuff away and then the scavengers are going to come and pick it all clean. Okay. The universe is just providing everything that we need for this transition. So this is the one, the first jumper, and it's interesting. You got the same exact vulture here. He is exactly the same. He's just tilted a little differently. You got 42 Valkyries, which are essentially the Amazon race in the Norse legends. Okay, they're the female warriors. They were ruthless. They were almost indestructible, unbeatable. But notice the vulture in both. If you can see, he's almost identical. So there's a guide coming through there, but it's also a message of don't try to pick up any pieces. That's what's coming through. Is I'm like, are you saying to be a vulture or to not be a vulture? What it's saying is let the universe sweep up the dust. Okay. Let the universe sweep up the extra pieces from the fire. Let the universe take care of the ash from the fire. Okay. As you emerge the phoenix, you are emerging like a brand new baby. You are not taking anything with you. Okay. Because anything you might take with you is going to be baggage. And we've done that. We've continued to do that over and over. I do love that both these cards in the top row are angelic. They have wings. I know she's a Valkyrie, but just a very angelic symbolism, right? Excuse me. Again, just like Thor, notice her weapons are not held up like she is in battle. And she actually even really looks exhausted. Doesn't she look tired? It's like that vulture. You know what's going on is here that vulture is just waiting for us to stop waiting for somebody else to light the nest on fire so it can pick away at the remains and for us to light it ourselves. That's really the whole point of this right now. The energies right now that I'm seeing is a lot of us are ready. We've been sitting in the nest. We're like, okay, I'm ready. I feel this big thing coming, this breakthrough coming. I'm ready to break through this wall. Well, when is somebody going to come and light this shit on fire? And we're sitting there waiting for somebody else to do it. It's our job. So light that match right now. Okay. However you have to do it, visualizations, it doesn't matter. Everybody's going to have their own tools to do it in their own way. Maybe I need to do a meditation on it. I don't know, and put it out there. But we need to light ourselves on fire and let whatever we don't need, and be brave enough to do that, right? And let whatever we don't need burn away once and for all. Okay, let's get the let's get the Sacred Traveler down the middle, and then we'll be able to bridge these gaps here. Because you've got Ariadne to Thor, and this Mother of Believers to Isa. Ooh, Mother, and she's wearing red, like Mary Magdalene would wear red. The red was the color of their royal robes, and then she is straight across from Isa, which would have been her husband, her divine counterpart. And then you've got the two angelic symbols, and this top row is where you're going by the end of October, and you're just getting more and more divine. You're just getting more and more powerful. You're just getting more and more incredible, Ophiuchus. Okay, so this is beautiful so far. I could probably end it right there. Is that enough? Is that enough for you? I do want to get more into this Isa card because I've not drawn it before. Oh, hell yeah, that card. Why not? And I put him up there for a reason, but we'll see. Let's get this middle row to bridge these gaps, please, and complete this story for October for Ophiuchus. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And you got miracles at the bottom of the deck. Expect the wondrous to emerge. Expect miracles, okay? Stop thinking you're not worthy. Stop thinking miracles don't exist. That's a bunch of crap. Both of those are a bunch of crap. So this is what you got. Breaking Trail comes in between Ariadne and Thor. I feel that. I feel that already. Between the Mother of Believers, because Khadija, which, if I'm saying that right, that's actually beautiful. I don't know that I am. Between Khadija and Isa are rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Hell yeah. And then between Inanna and the Valkyries, two very strong feminine energies, badass feminine energies, you have this in this deck. This is my divine masculine leader card. Okay. The wise leader, there's a wise leader one that comes through. It's a female. This is the male version. Okay. Stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. And that is right between these two angelic beings. So let's get going on this. 23 minutes in, why not? So Ariadne comes through saying, hey, you, first of all, the path has been laid. We can't get lost. Okay. Because the breadcrumbs are there and our guides will not let us miss them. Okay. The path has been laid and we're on it. And what we're doing as a collective is going, first of all, we're burning away everything we don't need along the way, right? And what we're doing is essentially moving more and more to the center, finding our way. Sometimes we go the wrong way, we turn around and go back. But we're finding our way to the center of our divinity, of our direct line to source. Okay? And our direct, well, not direct, but our connection and our inner divine feminine energy. Okay, that's the creation. We have been in this creation mode for some time. And for a lot of us, we're starting to create now in the physical. And that is the masculine energy. And so we're working on the balancing and we'll get there. So we got Ariadne coming through, and then Breaking Trail. A breakthrough is at hand. Did I not say that you have got a big change coming, a big breakthrough coming? You've got 41 Thor right after this card, which is a 5, which is big change. Okay. So you've got Breaking Trail, a breakthrough is at hand. When we break through, A lot of times we think, oh, that was so hard. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, is right before the breakthrough, right? Really, in my personal opinion, I feel like the integration of the new energies can be harder because it's so foreign and new and high vibe and almost uncomfortable sometimes. If you've ever lied awake at night, laying awake, I don't know, at night, and your body is just vibrating, that is part of this process, right? We're literally transforming from carbon-based to crystalline-based life forms in these bodies. This is not easy, you all, what we signed up for, okay? So it's going to be uncomfortable at times. But what is happening here is this huge change for your highest good, okay? And look at this. This dude is not just sitting back and letting the waves knock him around. Okay, well, it's a harvest. Let's try to stick with one metaphor, Wendy. He's not. What do you want to tell me? Like he's got a hand hoe, I think that's what it's called, or a harvester, but it's he is active. He's taking an active role in his journey, is what I'm trying to say. He's not just sitting there in meditation, right? Which is, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Do that. But then come out of meditation, come back to the real world and take action steps for your own journey. Take an active role, okay? Again, don't sit there and wait for somebody else to harvest this crop for you, for somebody else to set this nest on fire. You have to do it, okay? So that's coming through. And then you got Thor. I mean, I don't know what's more masculine. I can't think of a card more masculine aside from his dad. The All-Father, right, would be, and I don't know, I kind of feel like Thor is more masculine because Odin is, I feel like Odin is a little more balanced, I don't know, than Thor is. Thor is very, very alpha male, okay? So we've got this damsel in distress shit, right, being burned away. Thor's coming in as kind of a reborn divine masculine. Like he's coming in, he's not the same anymore. He's more emotionally mature. He's been through some shit, some emotional, spiritual shit. Okay. He's not sure what's going on, but he knows that, or he's starting to feel that the time of fighting and resisting and just being in that warlike energy is coming to an end. And so he's not sure what his life or what he's going to look like. But look at how stoic he is. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. Whatever this is going to look like, I can handle this. And you can. Okay, so he's not leaving. Big change coming, and he's standing very solid and stable. Okay, and this is, if you don't feel this, then your guides are holding this stability for you. Okay, your guides are keeping this. They're keeping you grounded while you go through this process. I'm sorry, the camera does weird things when I shove the cards up there. And then we go right into this mother of believers. So you got the feminine, the masculine, and now maternal energy, which very much screams Mary Magdalene, which is, I talk about her a lot because she's been a big part of my journey. And the mother of believers, like, it speaks of the great Mary too, Yeshua's mom, who was both the Marys were healers and teachers in their own right. And Mary, if you don't know, Mary was actually a title. It was not their actual name that they were given at birth, but they were royalty. And so they were the Marys. Okay. And red, when they came into when they joined with their divine counterpart, then they donned the red robes of royalty, of their culture. Okay. And she's got this like gold shimmery, she's got some bling on that aura, on that halo. Okay. Again, divine, pure source energy. Like she is the boss. Okay. So she is coming through big time as be the boss of your own fucking energy. Stop whining about things that are derailing you or things stop being the victim. Okay. Stop complaining that everybody else is ruining things for you. You are calling these things to you. You need to go deep. This is remember I said this is going to be a deep healing period for you. It's time to really understand that anything that happens that you perceive as bad or negative or traumatic or, oh, it's not fair and the world is out to get me, that is something coming into your face for you to look at. A lesson that you need to learn once and for all. Now, you can choose to continue to bitch about it and not really look at the deeper cause of it, right? The core. Everything has an emotional core. Dig deep, find that emotional core. If you're in a meditative state, let's say, I'm going to give you a little tip on this. If you're in a meditative state, 3 deep belly breaths is all it takes. Being in a quiet place and just being very still in your physical body, okay? That helps. Don't worry about clearing your mind. That's impossible. Stop trying to figure out how to clear your mind. That's ridiculous. You're going to let the thoughts kind of go crazy for a minute and they'll start to clear, and just let them disconnect, let them be crazy. Okay. And you're going to ask, you're going to say, okay, show me what this is teaching me. And something is going to come forward, and I want you to look at that, and I want you to realize what that is, and you'll know what it is no matter what comes through. You're going to be like, oh, I know what that is. But then you're going to say, what's behind you? And you're going to talk to that, and you're going to, that first thing that comes through, you're going to say, thank you for coming through. Thank you for being here on my journey. I'm going to let you go because I need to look behind you. And you're going to keep looking behind until there is nothing else behind. And you're going to get to the core of this issue. Okay. And you're going to get to the true lesson that the universe has been trying to teach you for likely lifetimes, and you've been resisting it. Okay. Because you've been choosing the damsel in distress. And this is for women and men. Okay. You've been choosing the victim route. The universe, your guides are like, enough of this shit. Be the queen you came here to be. Okay. She is the mother of believers. Believe who you are. Believe that you are divine. Believe that you have access to all this beautiful source energy, this pure golden light. You have this same halo. Okay. Metaphorically speaking, right? You have all of these. Here is the center card of your grid, okay? Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. This is the middle card, okay? The center of your reading, the center of your energy in the next 4 or 5 weeks, okay, is rainbow blessings, okay? Once you take charge, remember this, dude. Don't let somebody else harvest your crop. That's your job. Once you take charge of your own energy, you are going to start to see, yes, you're going to go through some stuff. Okay, Ophiuchus, you got this. You are so incredibly supported. I cannot say that enough. But once you start actively taking an active role on your own healing journey, then things are going to start to fall into place. And you may not even notice it right away. It might be subtle. It might be small things. And you're like, oh, okay, well, that's little. But this big thing is, stop bitching about everything, okay? Stop complaining. Stop apologizing to people. Stop waiting for other people to apologize to you. Let all that shit go. That is all our own stuff. Go inward. Go in here. Figure out why you act the way you do, why you do the things you do, why you continue to respond the same fucking way every time something happens, and heal it, okay? Because this is your center card. You are blessed. The universe wants you to have all the abundance that you could ever need. Okay. And right now, so this is rainbow blessings. Right now, you're kind of in this darkness, right? You're in this cave. You're in this healing cave. It's okay to be in there. It's absolutely okay to be in there. You feel safe in there. In fact, our guides create these spaces for us to heal in, where we can just curl up kind of in the darkness and just be, and just curl up in the fetal position and cry for a while, right? It's okay to be in there, because what I want you to notice is this is a castle. You're not in a cave with demons and beasts, and you're not. You might think you are. That's your own shadow stuff coming up, and it's going to be okay. You have to look at that stuff and realize that it's nowhere near as scary or big or what or dark as you think. Okay, never. I always say it's not a dragon, it's a puppy. If you see a dragon, go puppy. Because again, you're the fucking boss. What's in your energy is up to you. Okay. And so it's okay for you to be in here, because look, you're still growing, you're still moving forward, you're still blooming. And this is what's waiting when you're done. And you can take your time in here. Just don't sit in here forever. Just don't think, oh, well, I'm just going to stay here. Because that's staying in the old energy. And that's not going to be possible much longer. And so your journey might get a little painful. You're going to know if you've overstayed your welcome in the castle, in the darkness of the castle, in the safety of the castle, within the walls of the castle, because it's going to start to feel off. You're going to be like, okay, you're going to get really antsy. Okay. Time to climb out, because you have this waiting for you. And this beautiful, there's a path that's going to take you down to the water to get a drink. Maybe you're a little dehydrated. You've got these mountains. Mountains to me always remind us that everything is connected, that there is as within, so without. Mountains are strong and stable. Mountains have so many messages, but it's always a beautiful message coming through. It's like you have everything you need. You are everything you need. You don't need anything else because you are the mountain. You've got the rainbow. Rainbow comes through to me as promises. The universe has promised us, and there's a reason. It's not about, oh, well, we could do it this way, but we promise you we're going to do it that way. But it's more of a promise of an inevitability that we are returning to source. And that path includes transmuting darkness to light. Okay, that's what we're doing until we're fully light again. The darkness only wants to return to the light. It wants to come home. And we are afraid of it, and we reject it, and we lock it away, and then it just grows because it gets angrier and angrier. But when we let it out, it's still the puppy just wanting to be loved. Okay. And so forgot where I was going with that. I hope I didn't leave something hanging. If I did, it'll come through. Anyway, we go right into Isa, which I'm going to look this up because it's intriguing me with that vulture and the rocks. And it looks like it's on a mountaintop and it's a big rock with a like a heating vent. I don't know what that thing is. It looks like a heating vent. Let's look this up. A temporary pause or halt. Beautiful. Perfect. See, again, it's okay for you to stay in this healing space for a while. Okay. Take a break. Excuse me. Be silent and regroup. Understand that something may be frozen in place for a time, but this is beneficial. Again, remember, everything may feel frozen, but you're still growing and blooming and moving forward. Okay. That's that reminder that things are, you're still here. You're still alive. And the whole galaxy is in motion. All energy, you are energy. Energy is always in motion. It never stops. So do not allow others to control you or your time. What have I been saying? You are the boss of your energy. No more. When you allow people to control you, you are in victim mode. You are in this energy of, well, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to let you boss me around because you seem like you've got it all together. Ophiuchus, I get this. I have had this in my life. I've had this energy. Okay. Let's see. Isa, that's exactly how they pronounce it, means ice. That is interesting. And is one of the elder Futhar. Cool. If we consider the impact of ice on water, we can see that it exerts a steadying control. It slows the water's path. It makes it wait. For us, Isa can be used to quiet an unsteady mind or a racing heart. It is an excellent aid to meditation and a focus for times when we need to slow down our decision making. So again, it's okay to take this break in this beautiful healing space because you know what's out there is always going to be out there. You're not going to miss the boat. And people who say, oh, well, if you miss this gateway, blah, 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 nobody's missing any gateway. If you don't see, everybody's on their own journey, right? If the gateway's not for you, then it's not for you. The next one will be. So let's see what else. Let's see. Yeah, and it talks about, okay, so it definitely talks about shadows. I mean, this is a number 11 is the angelic, it's a master number. And it's beautiful. Isa also focuses the will, that steely, somewhat icy part of ourselves that may need to be activated to accomplish something difficult. It helps us draw upon our reserves and settles our flightiness. Again, it's going to help you focus on your healing journey. Okay. It's going to remind you that you are that steadfastness. Okay. You are everything in your energy, that none of these things that you feel in your energy can control you unless you allow them to. I know we say that all the time and it's easier said than done. I get it. But if you just imagine your energy field and sit on that throne. You don't let anybody else sit on that throne ever. And if it gets overwhelming in that throne room, if you get a lot of chaos going on in there, a lot of mental, chaos, a lot of chatter, that's what I was trying to think of, mental chatter, all you have to do is stand up, grab your royal staff and slam that shit into the floor, okay? And then you're going to say, everybody out. Because guess what? You're the king. You're the queen. They have to listen to you. They have to obey. So Isa means icy, which is explains the snow and stuff around it. Again, I find it interesting that they did not explain this vulture, but I really do think it's a message of, let the universe take care of what's left. Don't think you have to set your nest on fire and that you're ever going to go back and take some stuff. No, and salvage anything. Mm-mm. We're leaving it all behind, you guys. Everything that's going to burn, you don't need anymore. Okay. Again, we're moving on we're becoming minimalists. We're moving on without any baggage and trauma and this ball and chain we've been carrying around, we've been lugging around for lifetimes. That's what we're getting rid of. And I don't like that phrase, but that's what we're letting go of. That's what we're releasing from our energy. This makes me think of Wizard of Oz when the wizard says to her, the good witch, Glenda, says to her, you have had the power all along to go home. But she chose to have that journey. And what were some of the beautiful parts of that journey? Well, she grew as a person. She became a much stronger person, but she also made these beautiful connections with people. Okay. She made soul connections and she has a story to tell now, and it made her wiser. And so she had to go through those things to realize that she always had the power within her. Okay. Beautiful parallel there. I like that. And so then we go right from Isa to Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth. Remember her, this angelic queen. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. So this is going to help this iciness. Yes, you are going to be healing. Things are going to be, what did it say? It's okay for things to slow down. I know it said stop. I feel like we don't like it when things feel like they're stopping. So I just like to say slow down. Let things slow down. Let things be slow. It's going to be okay. You are still growing and healing. The healing part, when we're in the pit, when we're in the thick of it, of a deep healing, we can feel like we're completely stagnant and alone and isolated. And when you do feel that way, if you can remember that you are never alone, you are always supported, you always have your guides around you, they're holding hands, they're around you, they're singing, they're sending you, they're filling you full of love as much as they can. If you can remember that, then you can flip your energy and you can be in gratitude for what you are healing and releasing, knowing that when you climb out the other side, you're going to be this amazing person you never thought you could be. Okay. And so the queen of heaven and earth, this is everything. She's the queen of everything. There is nothing but heaven and earth, right? Well, I mean, metaphorically, right? Yes, there are other planets. I get it. But, they're saying she's the queen of it all. Okay. She's the feminine god. And she is naked as a jaybird. What is that? Oh, I thought that was another bird there, but that's just a shadow of her arm. So yeah, she's just bearing it all. And she doesn't care who sees because she knows how amazing she is. And she knows that when you feel like hiding, that is trauma and baggage. And that is the opposite of being sovereign in your energy. And so I do feel like when you come out of this deep healing that you're going to be in, where you have felt very slow, right? That you have felt things slow down. When we come through, when we have a breakthrough, we feel a lot of times very raw and naked and vulnerable. What you need to remember is that this can also be empowering for you, okay? This is also very empowering energy. It doesn't have to be devastating. It doesn't have to, again, we don't have to suffer and struggle anymore. That has been our choice all this time, okay? So you just need to remember, and I say you just need to listen to me like it's that easy. I get it, Ophiuchus. I know how not easy this is. Sorry, my back. I have an itch on my back. That won't go away. So what was I saying about her? Yeah. You're going to feel really visible, okay? Because you're going to be coming into your sovereignty and stepping into your light and all the phrases, right? Becoming more you, becoming, I like that one. We're becoming. We really are remembering as we become what we've been, what we are at the core. This universal flow is always at our core. Okay, then guess what? I see and accept all that I am. stepping into power. And this is masculine energy, okay? Men and women, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what this looks like either. If you came here to, it doesn't matter what you came here to embody. Sorry, this itch. It's like my pants are itching me somewhere. But look at this. He's carrying fire. She's literally got fire around the labyrinth around her head. There's like a burst behind her that could be, it looks like fire. The gold actually is so shimmery. It's very fiery, right? And I mean, there's just a lot of fire coming through. I mean, Valkyries, I don't know, a lot of fire. But he's carrying the fire. Okay, he's leading the way. He's a beacon. He's a lighthouse. He's a way shower. And notice that he is not worried about who's behind him. He is forging his own path, and those who are meant to follow him, to follow the path that he is creating, will follow. But he's not looking back, worried about trying to pull people through and trying to drag people against their will. He's just allowing them to travel their own road as well. And if they want to follow the path he's making, great. He is not making it necessarily for them. He is, but in the same way that he is really, really focused on doing what he came here to do, which was healing his own shit and finding his own path. Okay, so that's often, the light worker journey is really just remembering who we are again. And that is a lifelong journey, returning back to what we were before we came here, before we volunteered to come here and help. And we start to realize that we are leaders, that we are way showers, that we are light walkers, that we are carrying the light with us, but we also are the light. Okay, he wouldn't even need that. He would glow no matter what, and people would follow. But we're not all the time going, well, come on, and slowing down and stopping and waiting. And we can't do that anymore, okay? We just have to forge ahead. And anybody who's ready is going to be there. Okay, and then you end with, what I love about this too, this Valkyries, is it's number 42. And I don't know if I've ever pulled that number for you before, Ophiuchus, but 42 comes through for me almost always. I'm not even going to break it down to 6 because it's a magical number. Although 6 is death of the old. Let's let that go too, right? That works too. But 42 comes through as the message of, you can create the life you want because it can be whatever you want it to be. 42 is like a wild card. You're given free permission to build the life you want. No boundaries. Okay. So here's the thing though, whatever you can imagine, whatever you can dream up about something that you might want, the universe, I promise you, the universe has something even better planned for you. Okay. So it's more about the knowing that you are creating the life that you want, the life that you deserve, a life beyond anything you could have ever imagined, by surrendering to it. Surrendering to it allows it to come to you instead of trying to force it to come. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to pull one more card from the Sacred Traveler to wrap all this up for you, Ophiuchus. This is a beautiful message, though. Yes, you have some healing to do, okay? But you're going to climb out the other side of this leader, okay, that you're meant to be. I mean, these 3 cards alone, like, look at these 3 very powerful, very sovereign energies, okay? I mean, these people are not apologizing for who they are. They're just doing their thing. They're just leading the way. That's their job. Okay. And you are going to come into that. Okay. But allow yourself to even sink into this healing. Again, even that doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to completely derail your life. The more you surrender to it and allow yourself to feel any of the emotions that are coming through, allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to breathe. And even you're going to feel, so anytime you feel discomfort in the body, dis-ease, anxiety, overwhelm with the mind, that is you resisting your path. Okay. I don't know specifically, and you don't have to know necessarily, You just know that whenever you feel any discomfort of any kind, it is your resistance. Okay. What you can do, and again, this is, again, I know I make it sound easy, but it does help. Allow S to see your resistance. Again, go in that meditative state. 3 deep belly breaths. That's all it takes. Quiet place. Be very still physically. Ask to see your resistance. Whatever it shows up to you as is perfect. Look at it and say, I allow you to be here. You're going to allow that resistance. You're not going to fight it. You're not going to try and kill it. You're not going to try and let go of it or get rid of it, right? You're going to allow it to be there, because guess what that does? That takes away its power. When you say, oh, you're here, go ahead. Make yourself comfortable, but you're not going to affect my journey in any way. Not anymore. So allow that resistance, okay? That's how you get through the deep healing without it being completely heart-wrenching and heartbreaking. And, yes, we're cracked open every time we go through another healing, but it doesn't have to be such a horrible experience. In fact, we're kind of even getting away from calling it dark night of the soul, because I feel like a lot of people are shifting their definition of that and referring to kind of the first kind of big stuff that we go through on our awakening journey. And most of you, if not all of you watching this, have already been through the hard part, right? And so we're referring to kind of that initial awakening as that dark night of the soul. The rest is just healing. The rest are just being in the healing, the ebb and flow of the healing. And I call it the healing pit, but we can sink into that pit and not enjoy it necessarily, but just when you're able to do things that make you feel better, comfort things that feed your soul, that help you through the hard times, when you're able to allow yourself to do those things, then you can get through these times almost feeling like it's a fulfilling, and it should be, almost feeling fulfilled by it, okay? That's what you're aiming for. And you have to allow your resistance to get there, okay? That's my 2 cents anyway. I could be full of shit. You don't know. I don't know. Did that make any sense? That's what I do, and it has helped immeasurably. I used to be filled with anxiety all the time. I used to be so just beside myself and just devastated, and I couldn't function, and I couldn't get out of bed. And now I can kind of take the bull by the horns and take responsibility for my own journey. And when I feel a healing coming, I just dive right in. Let's do this shit. Archangel Michael and I high five, and I jump right in. So, it's you'll get there if you're not there already. Let's have one final wrap-up card, please, for Ophiuchus. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward. You're doing it. This is the healing journey, right? It's going up the mountain. It may feel impossible sometimes, but even when you don't feel like you're moving, you are moving. I promise. Remember, that little flower pot is that symbol of even when you're in a deep healing time, you are moving forward because the universe is moving forward and you are the universe. Okay? We cannot ever truly be stagnant. We are energy. Energy is always in motion. But you are doing it. Here's another really beautiful message. You might feel like you're leaving, like this is another message about the phoenix and burning away the shit, right? And trying to go back, like the vulture, trying to go back, be a scavenger, trying to see what's left, trying to, take what's left. No. You're going to go and never look back, even though you may think, but I'm leaving behind some good stuff. Yeah, that's okay. You might be, but it is not vibrating. It is not aligned with your frequency anymore. Okay. And as you walk away from the good, you're walking toward the fucking amazing. Okay. And it may not look it, but that path is taking you to bigger and better things. And yeah, it's going to be hard sometimes, but that's why we have each other. That's why we have our guides. That's why we have our tools to get us through. And like I said, you can hit these times where, okay, you got to dig in and do some work, right? And do some healing. And you can almost be like I have had times now where I'm like, I've had very recent deep healings where I feel it coming and I feel it kind of welling up in me, and I know it's going to come out, and I allow, and I do all the allowing, and I allow my resistance, because I have some, And I can get in that energy of, yes, like I'm so excited that I am coming into another healing because I know that it is only helping me release more and more and more and allow more of the old to burn away. And I become lighter and lighter and lighter and more me every time. And so when I feel another one coming, I'm like, oh, it's almost delicious to me, if that makes sense. So, Ophiuchus, I hope this resonated with you. Even just one nugget of wisdom is worth it, right? A lot of times that's all we get, but those little nuggets can be huge. If you know someone who would benefit from these readings, this one or any of my other readings, please share, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. Yeah, this is your reading for right now and into the 1st of November, okay? Or ish, right? Don't hold me to any calendar dates, but this is what you got coming, and you have everything you need, I promise you. Everything you need, more than you can possibly imagine. Your guides, the universe, your soul is not going to let you give up or fail. Where we are going is more amazing and beautiful than we can fathom right now. Okay, I promise. And it's coming, personally, I believe it's coming sooner than a lot of people are saying. But we'll see. We're creating this, right? We're creating it by allowing it and trusting that we're creating it. And so by allowing, we can get rid of those doubts and those fears, which is what creates doubt and fear and creates things that we are afraid of. Okay. Like, a job we hate, a relationship we hate, a toxic relationship, all of these things. Okay. Maybe even a toxic body. Okay. We're healing these too by just allow. So resistance will tend to manifest physically, right? When you allow your resistance, you might find a lot of physical things ease. I'm not saying it's going to cure cancer, but you guys do some research. A lot of people have cured their own cancer just by believing they could. Okay. It's all energy. It's just energy that is not being allowed to flow properly. Okay. So I'm not a doctor. That's my disclaimer. Please, absolutely, if you have physical stuff going on and your intuition is telling you to go to the doctor, for God's sake, go to the doctor, okay? But, I'm telling you, it's all part of the process. And you're the boss. You're the boss. You're this badass lady. And the whole core message of your reading is, it's okay to heal for a while because this is always out there waiting for you. It's not going anywhere. And you are still moving forward and blooming and growing. Just allow that and surrender to that. You got this, Ophiuchus. I have no doubt. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you guys next time for November. All right. I love you all.